up? And welcome back to another weekly news episode of the Save Before Quitting News. This is where we come at you live and alive with all the happenings in gaming and pop culture and all that jazz. This is Ant over here.
Me.
That's Ant, and I'm Chris. And you can follow us on all social media platforms. Save letter B number before quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
That's a titty.
That's a titty. Also, you can follow us on Patreon if you'd like to support us a little bit more. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/save letter B number before quitting. You can go to our website to pick up some merch if you'd like to do so, savebeforequitting fully spelled out.com. And then also down in the description, we have a link to join our Discord. If you're a nerdy gamer person yourself and you want to talk about the nerdy happenings and see when we're going live, see what all the nerdy bullshit that we're buying is. Ant's buying toys now. It's crazy.
It's wild. It's wild, unprecedented times.
Yeah,
I don't know what I've done, know who I am now.
It's gonna be funny because like when we finally are in person again for the first time, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" So I'm gonna let me see that Cyclops. Let me see that Cyclops, please.
It's still in the box. Most of the I think almost majority of the figures I got are still in the box,
except for that Goku lamp that rest in peace.
Maybe they all should stay in the box.
No, we are out of box collectors here. Out of box. But we're gonna get into the news today. We do have a hefty slide deck. Like I said, if you would like to see our slide deck, you can see that on our Patreon, as well as getting a couple extra podcasts a month. We're a little bit overdue for recording one of those right now.
Yeah, we gotta get it.
But let's get straight into the news. Do you want to take the first order, or do you think I should? What are we rocking with?
Let's go. Welcome to our big deck. Sony's next PlayStation State of Play is set to kick off later today. So, I mean, by the time you see this probably won't be news, but it is still news in the moment. As of February 12th, there is a State of Play. So, we were going to hold this news thing off until after that, but we'll be live recording that.
That's fine.
So, correct? We're still doing that, right?
I think you are. I have plans today.
Oh, you can't. Okay, 5 o'clock.
So, yeah, at 5 o'clock. If you missed it, Ant was live. Ant was live. So go check Ant out at 5 for that. If you missed it, the VOD is available on Twitch and on YouTube. If you'd like to see Ant's reactions to the new stuff that was told off today. Or yesterday when this comes out,
or whenever you see this, when the State of Play happened, you'll see
it exists.
You'll see stuff. It exists.
Hell yeah. Next up in the news, Nexon has detailed some of the phenomenal figures behind Arc Raiders. If you're new here and you don't know, we've been playing Arc Raiders here and there on stream. It's pretty fun. It's a good time. We got killed the other night and it really made me mad.
Yep.
But according to those figures, it says that it has now exceeded 14 million sales with a peak concurrent player number of close to 1 million, which is crazy. It's a very good game. There's like some like not the most savory things about it. Like there was AI use in some of the voice acting. And I know a few people a part of our Discord, at least a couple that I've talked to, are somewhat hesitant of getting it because of that reason, because they don't really want to support it. It's one of those things where I looked into it a little bit deeper, and it's weird how they did it. So it's like they hired voice actors, and then in their contract, they set it up to where they can use AI to record new voice lines and stuff without having to like get them back in the booth pretty much. So
they still were a part of it.
They're still a part of it, and they're still being paid for it. Like, it's weird because like even though they'll use AI to make new voice lines, they're going to get paid for those new voice lines as if they did the work. I don't really know what the rate is, obviously, because it's like this is kind of unprecedented in video games. It's kind of like a first, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of it. Obviously, I don't think it's good by any means, because it's like, in my opinion, like just go get a recording booth. You have sold 14 million copies of this game. 14 million. And you're telling me.
But were the AI things recorded prior to them selling all this? Did they have that capital beforehand?
I don't think anything AI has been recorded yet at the moment, because it's okay. In the so they had people in the booths doing all the lines that we've heard right now, as far as I know, and then pretty much the contract states, so like if they add new things, so like say there's a new robot or whatever, right? Like they already have the Wasp, the Hornet, the Leaper, etc., and they add a new robot called what's a good funny name for a robot? Give me a robot name.
The Crawler. Let's just say they add that. Then they can use the AI with their trained voices to say Crawler over here, like if you were to ping that, instead of having them come to a booth just to do that, in theory, is my understanding of what it is. Gotcha.
Still don't think that's great, but it's like, in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal, and like you're not going to be paying.
At that point, it's just licensing. So if somebody already got paid for their voice, and they're still going to continue to pay for their voice, then they probably signed off like, here are all the lines we want you to say, and here's where you sign off to license your voice to this AI, and we'll continue to pay you.
Which is strange. I don't think I like it, but at the same time, I think honestly, and people are not going to want to hear it, but I think you're going to have to get used to stuff like this, especially in gaming, because they probably look at it as like, man, this saves so much time. I guess as long as it makes sense to the person who originally did the voice. If they're just straight up ripping your voice unbeknownst to them, that's a different story. Then I'm with you. I also feel like it's a case by case per game too, because like with this game, like I don't necessarily feel like the things that your player character are saying are super like important. Like it's not like a talky game, you know what I mean? Like like your player character is saying like things that they're pinging, and that's about it. Like maybe there's new items added to the game, same thing with that. Like
right
it's not like it's a ton of work comparatively to like something like what we'll get to eventually, like an Overwatch, where it's like there's personality and there's character behind each of the performances that you're getting, so like it makes sense to bring them back to the booth. But I still don't love it. I don't think it's a good idea, because it's weird, because like AI can be used for good things, but I don't think performance and stuff like that makes sense as a usage for it, especially like because technically the voice lines are performance at the end of the day, like that's what they are. So it's strange to me for sure. Like I'm not a huge fan, but I'm not like I'm not opposed to it in the sense, because like I at least know the people that are the voices are getting paid and there is a contract in place for them. So
yeah, I think the process is going to need some refining, and they're going to have to like really come up with a base contract when it comes to things like AI in game, or the people who originally did the voice. And if it's just no voices and it's all AI, then they're gonna have to start just putting shit on the front of the box, like, hey, AI was used to create the voices and the scripts in this game.
As of that point, I probably wouldn't even play that game then, to be fair. Genuinely, I just like, no, I'm good. But they're dipping their toes. Let's just put it that way. They're dipping their toes. It is very successful. If you look at the Twitch numbers or like any of the streamers playing it, like there are huge audiences for this game. So it's doing really well. I'm glad to see that it's doing well, because it's a fun game to play. But yeah, that's our thoughts on it. Next up. Sad story.
Right. Yeah, this is gonna be two pretty kind of sad stories back to back. In We're Sorry news, a designer has claimed that most of the team behind free-to-play shooter Highguard has been laid off weeks after it was launched. And there was an update to this story. Wildlight, the company who did Highguard, has confirmed it's made an unspecified number of layoffs. Today, we made an incredibly difficult decision to part ways with a number of our team members while keeping a core group of developers to continue innovating on and supporting the game. We're proud of the team talent, and the product we've created together. We're also grateful for players who gave the game a shot and those who continue to be a part of the community. Unfortunately, I think this is the person.
This is a quote from one of the
designer.
employees or something.
Yeah. Unfortunately, along with most of the team at Wildlight, I was laid off today, he wrote. This one really stings, as there was a lot of unreleased content I was really looking forward to that I and other designers designed for Highguard. Sorry. Did you play this?
Not yet. I do have it in my Steam library. I just never hit the download button. I think the reason I didn't download it is because I saw all the reviews on Steam, but I didn't even give it a chance to like look at it. Apparently it was just review bombed, like straight up.
Really?
Like that's what I've heard online and whisperings of it. Like, to be fair, I've also heard people say that it's just not that fun as well. Like I've heard both ends, like, oh, it was review bombed, so it never had a chance, and then like people just straight up being like, it's just not even fun. I still would like to give it a shot, I think, because like especially the devs that were working on it before they sadly have been let go now after the poor performance that it's had. It's like I don't know, like I feel like, and we'll get into it again with I'm gonna keep bringing it up because it's we're gonna get to it. Overwatch. It's like the market is saturated as is with this type of stuff and this type of game, and you really need to stand out in order to perform well as of this point.
True.
And with the current gaming climate, it's either you have a 10 out of 10 game or it's shit. There is no in between with the way that gamers are nowadays, it seems.
Yeah.
And like it's really awful, like to like be in that like zeitgeist, because it's like I miss the time where like you would have games coming out with like movies alongside them and stuff, like the Shrek video game, or like like Tangled got a video game, and like, you know, like shit like that, like stuff that you know is not going to be like top tier, but it's like it's a fun game to play,
it's
and
a
like
fun time to have and you play it, and that's it.
And it doesn't seem like we get those anymore. It's either like it needs to be this AAA amazing like cinematic massive multiplayer experience, or this single player whatever, or this amazing free to play, or it's shit. And that's it.
I think the indie is now that fills that void.
It does fill that void, but in a way where it's like, I feel like that market, like for indies, like I don't want to be like they're real gamers, but like in a sense, like they're the people who love games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they love games for what they are. Like kind of
You're
like
not going to see a commercial on TV for it. I get what you mean. Yeah.
And then these type of games, like not to say Highguard was on TV or anything, but like, you know, first person shooter type stuff, the stuff that appeals to like the more normal crowd, you know, like that, like.
Yeah, it wasn't on TV, but it was the footnote at the end of the Game Awards. It doesn't come nowadays. It doesn't come more high prestige than that.
That is kind of wild, to say the least, that this was our one more thing and this has happened to it.
Right.
But I don't know. It's very sad to see the way that the gaming landscape has become in terms of like it has to be all or nothing nowadays. Right. And there is no like, I had fun, but I don't think I'll continue playing it. You know what I mean? Like I've had a few games here and there, like when we talk on the main podcast of what we played, and it's like, yeah, it was fun while I played it. I don't think I'm going to play it again. Like, and then we had a comment on one of our shorts for the Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive game, Orbitals. There was a guy that was like, I give it 2 months and then nobody talks about it. I'm like,
but that's exactly the type of game we're talking about.
Yeah, like that's, no, not to be that guy, but that's the game that you play for 2 months and then you don't talk about again. Like not even like to be like rude about it, but it's like it's a co-op multiplayer game. You play it, when you're done, you're done. That's the game.
It's just a good time for as long as it's a good time.
But people have this like thing where it's like it needs to be ongoing. It needs to be like it needs to live the test of time. Like I don't know anyone who is still like actively playing the original, well not original, but the PlayStation 4 God of War. Like nobody's continuously playing that after they've beaten it. You know what I mean? You play it, you beat it, you platinum it, you maybe do some extra challenges, and then you're done. That's the game.
And then that's it. That's the end. You're right.
It's still a phenomenal game. Like what are we talking about here? But I don't
again,
know.
it goes into our ongoing conversation about how just the gaming landscape is completely different from the way it used to be.
And then speaking of that, going into the next story, as you said, another sad one. Riot Games has announced that it's downsizing the development team behind the fighting game 2XKO just weeks after it launched. They are quoted saying, "Overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team of this size long term." This game looks good.
This is on my wish list, and just because like this, like we're reading this, like I'm gonna get this game.
Yeah.
Because I already wanted to play this, and I kind of want to support the team that was on this game. But this is my shit. It's like a tag fighter, a la Marvel vs. Capcom or something like that. And it always looked amazing. I just have not got around to it, and I'm definitely going to now.
How do you play this? Is it through a like Riot Games proprietary launcher on PC or whatever?
I'm not sure. You know what? That's a good question. I would assume so.
Yeah, I think you get it through Riot Games. So like if the launcher for like League of Legends, Valorant, obviously, because like it's characters from them. It looks good. Obviously, personally, I'm not much of a fighting guy. When it comes to games, like I'll play a fighting game if it's like themed around stuff I like, which we'll get to in I think like 2 or 3 slides here. But I don't know, man. That's another area where it feels like the whole it's got to be all or nothing almost. Like it's almost in the same vein as the shooters, where it's like it better be the best thing ever, or else it's fucking shit, you know. And it's like, can't we just have a game that's fun and good to play, you know? Like,
and the sad part is, like we'll get to, if these were characters from a multi-billion-dollar property, I'm sure the story would be different.
Oh, for sure.
You're buying into the property. So it's rough, man. Again, to your point before, I remember playing fighting games. I would just rent, like, that looks cool, and just play it, and it's fun, and it was a good time.
100%.
At a DICE event mourning Vince Zampella, for those who don't know, Vince Zampella was the guy behind Call of Duty and things like that. Hideo Kojima claimed that he and the Call of Duty co-creator discussed making a Metal Gear shooter at Respawn. He's quoted to say, "Without him, the gaming industry wouldn't be what it is today."
It's true.
I just need people to take that idea in. It's a Metal Gear shooter from Respawn. I'm like, I want to see that. I want to play that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good ass time.
That does,
man.
And I don't know if we'll ever get it. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. Of course, rest in peace, Vince Zampella. But if Hideo somehow still was working with that team and pulled that off, the idea of that game, that's a game that just sounds like it prints money.
Oh, for sure. The amount of like people that would be playing that right now, if that existed still, like that'd be like best ongoing game this every year.
Exactly.
Sad news. I mean, but yeah. Moving on.
The sadness is over now, though. I made sure to put it in the middle.
Our sadness cube or triangle, I guess it was 3 stories in a row, is over. Yeah. Moving on. New info on PlayStation and Arc System Works' Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls has appeared online ahead of the state of play later this week. So today, you're probably going to have some excitement for seeing what this is, because there's a confirmation. 20 characters. 20.
And that's just the base starting roster. Before DLC happens, before all, I cannot. I can't wait till this game comes out.
This game, it was really fun. We played it a little bit in the open beta over on PlayStation 5. I'm curious. I don't know if this is going to cost money or if it's going to be free to play. I don't know.
I feel like it costs money.
I would hope so, because I don't want to pay for the characters, if that makes sense. Like, you know how like some games where it's like, it's free, but you got to pay for the characters shit. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
From Arc System Work, I feel like this definitely is going to just have a price.
Yeah. But this was really fun to play. I think that it's because it's the Marvel characters for me. Like we said previously with some other fighting games, like the most that I've played fighting games in my life has been like the Injustice games, because it's like, oh, it's the DC characters and I love that. But this was exactly the same thing. Like I was like, oh, it's the Marvel characters and it's got this really cool design look to it, and all the voice acting is in Japanese, so that's pretty cool. And it's like the scenes are so good, the designs are fun. Like just looking at the slide deck we have, this Captain America design is fucking sick.
Yeah, and it's very, I love the fact that it's very new player friendly. Like you said, you're not really great at these type of games, but it's very, once you get like what everything does, it is very approachable. Yeah, it's one of those games that's like, okay, knowing it has this easy onboarding, you can like kind of customize how you play as an individual and get better over time.
I'm curious to see if they end up doing like a campaign type situation for the game, because like that would sell me even more, because I feel like when I got Injustice and stuff in like 1 and 2, both of them, like I was mainly there for the campaign. It's like I wasn't really playing online a ton because I'm just not that good, but playing through the campaign gives you enough of like an understanding of the characters, so where you can find a few that like you want to play. Like so for me, like before the DLC came out for Injustice 2, I was a Green Arrow main, and it just ironically I literally have the Injustice 2 Green Arrow on my desk because I'm repainting him a little bit right now. But like it's one of those things where like I loved playing him in like the few fights that you played him, and then after that I went into like the training and like really learned his shit, because I was like, oh, the campaign made me like this character because it forced me to play him. So I hope there's something like that with this, where it's like, you know, like a short 20-hour thing, takes you through the entire roster, find the character you like, and then play it online.
I'm almost positive there will be, because if this is anything like I said, it's Arc System Works. So if it's anything like Dragon Ball Fighters, which had a campaign, I assume it will be.
That makes me so interested. I hope it's good writing too. Like that's another thing. Like I know a lot of people didn't love the Injustice storyline, but I like it a lot. And
the voice work leads me to believe that the writing is good.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm looking forward to it. Do you have any predictions? Because we're pre the stream right now. The stream happens in about 3.5 hours right now. And we already know about Cap, Miss Marvel, Doctor Doom, Star-Lord. There was Spider-Man, Storm, Ghost Rider, Iron Man. I don't know. I don't think I'm missing anyone. I think that's everyone.
Everybody.
So who's like on your short list of who you want in these 20 characters? Give me like your top 3.
They gotta have. See, it makes me think now, like, is X-Men in this? Because then you gotta have Wolverine. Well, no, Storm is there. So Wolverine. You gotta have, for me, you gotta have Cyclops. You gotta have Hulk, because he's gonna be like a grappler.
Are those your top 3 right there? That's it? Those 3?
I don't know if they're my top, but they're my expectations.
Okay.
I feel like they're gonna throw Deadpool in there. Yeah. What's one more I can put in there? Let's put in Black Panther, because he seems like he would be fun to use in this game.
Oh, hell yeah. My top 3: She-Hulk, Nightcrawler. My third one, who would it be? You know what? I want to get a villain in there. Give me Kingpin. Because then you can do Daredevil eventually too. I don't think you include Daredevil in the original 20, but I think you include Kingpin because he goes at least with Spider-Man. Get like that bad guy action in there, and he's like the counter to the Hulk pretty much. Like he's like the big brawler, except for he's one of the bad motherfuckers. They'll probably do like a MODOK or some shit like that, I assume, because it's just goofy and fun.
I think though Magneto is always fun in a fighting game. So
oh hell yeah,
Magneto will be there. I think who else? And now I'm thinking of like villains. Or no, they're gonna have Kingpin, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and at some point, Punisher has to show up.
Yeah, I guess. Especially with the show coming soon, and like he's going to be in the new movie for Spider-Man.
Right.
Like, you just got to capitalize off the hype for that. So that would be a good one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they show a little bit later today. Hopefully they actually do show it later today. Imagine they just don't even show it at all. Fucking A.
Yeah, I feel like this is the one thing that's almost like this has to be there.
Yeah. All right, next up in the news.
Next up, PlayStation and Guerrilla have announced a tactical co-op Horizon game, Horizon Hunters Gathering, coming to PS5 and PC. According to an announcement video, the game lets up to 3 players team up as hunters to protect a world under threat from deadly machines, end quote. At launch, players will be able to play Hunters Gathering solo with NPCs or with other players in co-op. Guerrilla said, but only the latter will be available in the upcoming public testing. According to Guerrilla, Hunters Gathering has a narrative campaign, quote, which will introduce new mysteries, characters, and threats. Guerrilla plans to launch a small-scale closed playtest at the end of February, which you can sign up to via the PlayStation beta program. Now, this was like out of nowhere. Like one day, they just put the trailer out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, beta end of the month."
Yeah, they will make anything but Horizon 3, huh?
Yeah, they will.
It's like they made a Lego Horizon, and now they're doing a fucking Horizon Hunter Gatherer game. Like,
and then the show is coming out at some point, or movie. You think it's a show? It's a show.
Yeah.
I don't like the name. I don't like it being called
Hunters
Horizon
Gathering.
Hunters Gathering. That is not like that name doesn't flow well to me.
Well, it feels like they were like, well, what are you doing in the game? Well, you're hunting and you're gathering. And you're like, well, you are a hunter and you're gathering. Why not just... We're geniuses. I'll sign up for this.
I'll do too. It looks fun. But yeah, take Gathering. Just call it Horizon Hunters. I think that would have been a cool, quick
snappy
name. Yeah, it's snappy.
I don't know, man. I'm just... it's funny because I think it was Jabrath put it in our Discord. She's like, I'm just waiting for the next Horizon game. And then literally the same day this fucking came out. And I was like, well, here you go. You brought it into existence. And she's like, that's not what I meant. I'm like, well, it came out today. Like,
be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, no, like, you gotta be specific next time. Last time you were talking about wanting it, probably the Lego one came out. We can line that shit up if we want to. We'll go back in the Discord history. We'll see. But this,
it's weird to me. It's weird to me. Like, take this statement as you will, but it's one of those games. Like, it looks fun, but unnecessary at the same time. Like, if this didn't exist, I wouldn't be like, man, they need to make that.
Yeah, I just think it's strange. Like that's literally the only thing. It's like, obviously Horizon 3 is going to be bigger, you know, and it's like the finale probably of the trilogy, so they're probably hard at work with that. They technically just had one of the lead antagonists pass away with Lance Reddick, so he's no longer there to perform that character, so they had to work around that. Unless they just continue to use his likeness, maybe. I don't know. That's a whole separate issue.
Because what they also could have done, like, I wonder how much of his dialogue was on the cutting room floor still. Maybe they can repurpose some of that.
Maybe.
Depending on where the story goes, around that.
Not to spoil the second Horizon game if you haven't played it, but let's just say that he was kind of set up to be pretty important in the last one.
Yeah, I guess.
So life happens, unfortunately, and death happens, so that kind of caused, I would assume, a lot of rewrites in what do we do situation, and it seems like the product of that has been a Lego game and whatever this is going to be. But I'll probably sign up for this to check it out on the PlayStation beta program. Maybe we'll stream it, I guess, since it is online co-op.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll check that out after we're done recording. But next up in the news, Valve has confirmed that rapidly increasing price of PC components has delayed its announcement of the Steam Machine and Steam Frame pricing and release dates.
That thing's going to be released at the end of the year, and it's going to be way too expensive.
Yeah.
That's all that says.
I at least appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, you know, like an Xbox or PlayStation where they kind of just raise the prices and they don't really like specifically quote like it's because this. Like we know it's because that. But at the same time, Valve being like, hey, just so you guys know, we're trying, but shit's fucked right now. So at least they have some transparency. I appreciate that. Again, like we talked about in previous episodes, I don't think the Steam Machine is a for me situation. So I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else says about it, especially with the Steam Frame, which I assume is the VR headset that's in the picture as well. Again, not a thing for me. I don't think there's many VR games that I have on my radar that I really want to play. Like maybe the Deadpool PlayStation one, I guess. But other than that, there's none really that are in my radar at the moment. Same
with me.
I'll be passing on that. So at least we know that it's going to be a little bit of time before we get that announcement.
Yeah.
Next up in the news. Oh God.
All right. Overwatch is dropping the 2, adding 10 new heroes and coming to Switch 2 in a major revamp. Blizzard says will kickstart a story-driven era for the shooter. Chris, go. I would wait for you to talk to this.
All right, let's go over. I have the patch notes because like I needed a separate because like there's so much that they're changing.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I've played Overwatch since the start. I still have the physical disc of Overwatch 1, the deluxe edition. I played exclusively on console. I was a top 500 Roadhog on console in competitive, and then I eventually switched to PC. Wasn't as good there, but it was still fun because I was playing with my friends. Then Overwatch 2 happened. You drop down to 5v5, and the player plays pretty much dissipated because they were supposed to make Overwatch 2 a PvE thing, and that was the whole plan. And then the plan went to shit. Jeff from Overwatch left, so everything sucks now. But they had this big announcement that they're dropping the 2 from Overwatch and is now just back to Overwatch. Things that coincide with that, instead of being the next season, which would have been in like I think close to 20, I don't remember exactly because I've been out of it for so long, they're starting back at 1. So it is a season 1 Rise of Talon is what they're calling it. It's a 5-week long event. Each week you can choose your faction, either Overwatch or Talon. Those are the bad guys in the Overwatch world. Once you select your faction, you can complete faction specific challenges to unlock rewards in the weekly pass. When you unlock the whole pass, you can either change factions and complete that pass as well, so you can get both sides if you want to as a double agent, or you could stay loyal the entire time. So that's like the basic gist of it. That's the whole event. In terms of the game changes, let me scroll down here. They're adding 5 new heroes. I think only 2 are playable at the moment, and then the rest are going to be once the official season starts. No, I don't really care enough to like get into like the specific heroes, I guess, but they updated the UI. There's a new notification hub. Loot boxes have apparently been back, but they're even back more, where cosmetics from previous seasons can now be gotten from loot boxes. So there's that. Okay. Moving forward, there's some map updates, competitive play. They're also making it so I think there is still 5v5 and now 6v6 as well. So both options, which doesn't make sense. And then where's the one thing that's like a really interesting change? Sub roles is what they're adding to the game.
Okay.
So they're adding different, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like different, so there's tank, there's attack, or tank, damage, and support. Now there are 3 different versions of those things inside of those 3. So there's 9 different classes technically. So
okay, I'm following you.
Yeah, so you have your tank sub roles of Initiator, Bruiser, and Stalwart. You have damage sub-roles of specialist, recon, flanker, sharpshooter, which there's 4. I didn't know that. And then there's support sub-roles of tactician, medic, and survivor. So they're breaking it down even farther since they're adding so many more heroes on top of that. And then additionally, they announced that going forward, over the course of this entire year, and as like the 5 seasons happen, that's when the 10 heroes will be out. So there's 5 at the start, and then there will be 4 more seasons happening, and each season a new character will be added. So that's the basic gist of everything, as far as I know. There's a lot of like miniature changes and stuff like to each character and blah 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 and all that stuff. I don't care enough about that. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it all. Overwatch is Overwatch again. I don't know how to feel, if I'm being honest, because this definitely feels like, obviously it's a response to how popular other games in this genre are, like Marvel Rivals, who are releasing a hero practically like every other month or so. And that game is like, I literally just started playing it again last night, and like it's good. It's a good fucking game, like, and it's got the big property behind it. I don't love the fact that they're calling this the start of the story driven era, because when the game first fucking came out, it was story driven. There was animated shorts that were like on the levels of like Pixar, like, and they were fucking amazing. And now they're getting to the story driven era. You were in it. You gave up on it because you saw microtransactions and said, "Ooh, pretty money." And now you're going back to it, or starting it again. But like, the story's been happening all this time. It's been 10 years. It came out in like May of 2016 or March, May or March, one of the M months. And since then, there's been like maybe like, I mean, not since the beginning, I don't remember how many they released at launch, but there were so many at launch, and then like they just started making less and less of those animated things for the story. But then they would still have events in game that were like story based and like around the whole Overwatch thing. And now you're saying it's the kickstart? That's stupid. That's stupid to me.
Yeah, it sounds kind of ass backwards.
Yeah, and then like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't care about this game anymore. You lost me. You lost the audience, you know? Like,
everybody's playing Marvel Rivals now.
Exactly.
This,
like, and
this audience specifically, I mean.
And like, this is definitely like a step in the right direction, probably, for them. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're doing this. Like, it's good that they're trying to make their game better. But I feel like you've already lost your audience because you abandoned them, you know? Like, this is like getting back with an ex that cheated on you. Like, what are you doing? You know? Like, they lied and manipulated you into thinking they were all this and that for Overwatch 2. They're going to be this, they're going to be that. And they were something completely different. And they lost you. And now they're like, we'll come back. We're better now, baby. We dropped the 2. Like,
yeah, right. Look at us.
Like, I don't know. Like, it does. Here's the thing. What I think is going to happen is when this season starts, if it hasn't already, I don't know 100% when the start date is. I feel like people who used to play the game will probably give it a chance again for maybe like a week. Learn the new heroes, have fun with them. There's a new character. I don't know the names of all of them except for the one that is literally a cat in a jetpack called Jetpack Cat.
Creative. The design is creative. The name.
Yeah, I'm
just
sure.
Call him, again, like the Horizon thing, just call him Jet Cat. Pack is implied.
Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, there's enough here with like these are the first 5 heroes. If you're a part of the Patreon, you can see the slide we're looking at. These first 5 heroes that they're adding in, like, they're cool character designs. I like the look of them. Maybe I'll re-download Overwatch and try it. But I doubt that it's going to grab me enough to make me want to play it again and like consistently play it. When I have something like Marvel Rivals, where when I'm playing that, every single time I'm playing, I'm having either like, I'm just having a different experience. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because the hero comps are so much different and whatnot, but like with this, it's like there's a meta, you play it and that's it. With Overwatch, that's always what it's felt like, you know, like you can play the characters you want to play, but there's always a meta. With Marvel Rivals, I don't feel a meta anytime I'm playing it. I'm just like, oh yeah, like we'll do this team comp and we can figure it out, and if it doesn't work, then we can choose from the other 20 plus characters there are. And that's the beauty of it, is that there's so much variety, and Overwatch is trying to do that. It feels like in response to Marvel Rivals, obviously, because they started it. They walked so that Marvel Rivals could fucking sprint.
They just want their crown back, and they was like, okay, people hate it too. Let's take off the two. They're like feeding you, like, okay, let's give them all the stuff that we said it was supposed to be right now.
But even though they're not even doing that still, because they ditched the entire PvE thing. What that two was supposed to be.
About that. So it really that's just not happening.
It just never happened. It never did happen. They made Overwatch 2. Well, they took Overwatch and they said, hey, Overwatch is still going to exist, and we're going to make Overwatch 2. It's going to be a different game, but it's going to be PvE. And there's going to be all these like different like hero upgrades, and you can get different blah, 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 and this and that. And then they just didn't do it. And they made Overwatch 2 just Overwatch 1, but with one less friend that you're allowed to play with 5v5 instead of 6v6.
Right.
That was the only thing that happened. And now they're trying to go back to the OG, saying it's the kickstart of story driven, and trying to get you back with a cute cat character. like that's what it feels like. And it feels very disingenuous, at least from my point of view, as a person who used to play and gave up on it because it was just like I wasn't having fun anymore, because it was like you made me get rid of one of my friends that I was playing with. Like how fucked up was that? Like, oh yeah, 6v6 shooter game that you played for 5 to 6 years. Fuck your friend. Now you can't play with him anymore. And now you can play with him again. Go call him up.
I like the Jet Cat character. I like the lady next to the Jet Cat character with the robot arms coming off her shoulders.
Yeah, she's cool.
The other ones, like the guy in the middle, is just regular, like futuristic soldier man with guns that we see in every game. The person on the left is just Katana from Mortal Kombat, but orange. And on the right is Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat, but green.
Kung Lao, but green.
Yeah, Green Lao.
But I don't know. Here's the thing. Will I re-download Overwatch to try this? If my friends want to do it. That is the only way. And to be honest, based on the games that they play nowadays, I doubt it. Because I couldn't even get any of them to download Marvel Rivals.
Really? Man,
none of them.
About that, honestly.
They decided to download it at RGB LAN to like join the tournament with me and stuff. But then like I didn't even end up getting to join that because some bullshit. So like I have not played Marvel Rivals with my friends. So
it's a big ask. I'm interested to see when it all happens and it all drops and the reception it gets and the gameplay.
Yeah. I'm interested, but at the same time, I don't want to get burned twice and drop the 2.
Nice.
Next up in the news.
Great summation. And more shit you'll hate.
Jesus
Sony
Christ.
Has
I didn't see
this. Sony has patented the idea of AI generated podcasts hosted by characters from its games. The idea would see players getting their own bespoke podcast on their console, telling them what's new, hosted by the characters of those games they've been playing. That's so that was crazy to read. So it'll be crazy to see in action, but like.
So remember like when we were talking about Arc Raiders and I was like, I feel like they're doing something that is 1, unprecedented, but 2, dangerous. Mm-hmm. This is why. Like, this is the bullshit that it gets to. Because it's like, you're overstepping now. Like, this is what the fuck is this?
Yeah, why? Like, this seems so not necessary in any aspect of the entire thing.
This is like that AI DJ on Spotify. Hey, what's up? It's me, AI DJ. Ready to listen to this song that you listened to 8 times? Let's listen to it 9. Like, and then it just plays that, and then some random bullshit that you don't want to hear. This is so bad.
It also takes the character way too far out of the game, because then it's like, think about God of War. I don't want to hear Kratos being like, hello, in our latest patch. Like, you're Kratos. What the fuck do you know about patches and technology and shit?
It's crazy.
Like, I don't ever want to hear Kratos be like, huh, things are heating up. It's crazy on here. Or peep this shit. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Welcome to my podcast. Do you have mental issues? Do you need to learn how to talk to your son? Get our use code AXE on betterhelp.com.
Sign up for Blue Chew, code Kratos, and you'll always be hard in the battlefields.
Jesus Christ. Wanna know how I got these muscles? Factor.
Factor send you blah 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 blah. Like, man,
you can microwave those meals. I don't know what a microwave is, but you can use it.
Hey, remember the Super Bowl? Well, here at Prize Picks, you can place a bet on whoever you think. Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
It's so stupid, Sony. Like, fucking A, man.
That's crazy, man.
It's also funny that the Video Game Chronicle used Parappa to Rappa as the picture to describe this. It's like, oh, you mean that? Yeah, like the character that hasn't had a game in, I don't know, what, over almost 15 to 20 years, right?
PS2, I think.
Yeah, like, yeah, he's gonna have a podcast. Honestly, I'd listen to a Parappa the Rappa podcast as long as it's not AI, for fuck's sake.
You gotta believe. He just starts rapping at you.
All right, let's move on from this garbage. Fuck you, Sony. Next up, from Video Game Chronicle as well, with 155.37 million units sold, Nintendo Switch is now officially Nintendo's best-selling console ever, after overtaking Nintendo DS during the recent holiday sales period. So that's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's been around long enough, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's like the lifeline of the Nintendo Switch has been insane.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, yeah, I get it. You know?
Yep.
Same thing with the DS. The DS's lifeline was so long before the 3DS came out.
Of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, it makes sense why it sold so much, because it was like the Game Boy but better. So the Switch being the upgrade to that, I understand completely, you know, like, for sure. It is kind of crazy how it took this long, though. Like, just saying, DS got that standing power. Just saying.
True, it does. I agree with you.
DS is the best. Next up in the news, something that I don't think any of us expected to see.
Jason Momoa has been cast in the live-action Helldivers movie, releasing in theaters on November 10th, 2027. I do remember the announcement for the movie. Honestly, Jason Momoa being cast in it didn't make me feel one way or the other. I'm like, all right, big action actor,
yeah,
going to be in Helldivers. Okay.
I'm curious what this movie is/does, you know what I mean? Because like,
the only way to do this movie, it has to be Super Troopers. It has to just be that.
Yeah. There's also a part of me that's like, I doubt they'll do this because it would be too fucking good. But like, if you remember back when Scream came out, the original one, the whole thing was that they advertised it the entire time with Drew Barrymore as like, yeah, in the movie, and then she died within the first 15 minutes. That, because that's what Helldivers is. You die.
Yeah.
in that game. So
He needs to die in the training that you have to go through in the beginning of the game.
Literally the whole part where like they're saying like the actors who are in the movie and shit. Like I want you to go through that, and you're following him training, and you're following him, and then he finally gets deployed, and then is killed immediately once the movie starts. Immediately. And then we don't see him the rest of the movie.
What was the Will Ferrell, the other guys? With The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson in the beginning, and they just die immediately.
Yeah.
These two huge stars just die in the beginning.
Exactly. If they were to do something like that, I'd be so on board with it. That'd be such a fun idea, especially with Jason Momoa, because it's like, he's a fun dude. He's about to be playing Lobo and Supergirl, and I can't fucking wait for that shit.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the whole purpose of Helldivers is to show that you're expendable, and like that. That's the whole commentary on the super Earth thing. Like it's the whole thing is like you're expendable and like you're fighting for a lost cause that's awful and blah blah blah, whatever.
Right.
Kill him in the first 10 minutes of the movie. Advertise the entire movie as him being the star of this movie and kill him in the first 10 minutes.
That would be hilarious. I'm with you on that.
Hire us.
There we go.
Next up, bad news, dumb news, stupid news, some might say. Discord decided to try to kill itself like Overwatch did, but in a different way, by requiring a face scan or ID for a full access next month, all accounts set to teen appropriate experience by default.
Wow.
Really
Why would
fucking
that be
stupid.
the default?
Well, there are servers on Discord, not ours, but that have adult content in it. Like you can get to adult content servers, you know, and they're locked behind that.
Yeah.
But requiring a face scanner ID, I don't believe is the way to combat this. This just seems very oversteppy. It seems very Super Bowl ad for finding lost dogs through your Ring camera.
How about that? Yeah. Because that's why you're doing that.
Exactly. So a lot of people online and then also in Discords that I've been in are looking for alternatives now if they are required to do this, which is unfortunate because we do love our Discord, even though it is a small little community. It's one of those things where I don't want to do this. No. Like I almost in fact refuse to do this. So unless
can we do everything we do already with the teen thing?
I mean, we aren't an adult server, so in theory, yes, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean that people won't just leave Discord as a whole, though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's more so where it becomes not an issue, but it's more so like depressing, because it's like we've had this 5-year-long Discord with so much history in it, and now it's almost being destroyed by some stupid shit.
Yeah, you're right.
I do hope they walk it back maybe, or don't require it in general. I did see on, I think it was on TikTok or something, somebody used Gmod, and like, you know how you can like control the characters' faces and shit?
Yeah.
They made their camera Gmod, so like the game as like their capture, and then put a character model up, and then like the video was like, open your mouth slowly, close your mouth slowly, turn to the left, turn to the right, and they literally just puppeted the Gmod character, and it worked.
Yeah. People will find a way, and I respect that with people.
And it's just so fucking hilarious that like that's a way to do it, but like apparently you can do it that way for anyone who wants to do that. But yeah, that's very disappointing, and hopefully we'll hear more soon from it. I think they did send out like a clarifying thing, but it didn't help them in any way. It kind of just made it sound worse from most people that I've saw, but we'll see what happens. Next up in the news,
Baldur's Gate TV series continuing game story in works at HBO from Last of Us co-creator Craig Mazin and Hasbro Entertainment.
Very interesting that the game devs that worked on the game are not a part of it.
Yeah, I did read that as well.
Neither is anyone who's like a part of Baldur's Gate. I'm curious to see where this goes, especially because in Baldur's Gate, the whole purpose of the game is that there's so many endings and there's so many things that can happen. So like, how are you going to continue the story? Which ending is the true ending? Which is the correct ending? Because there is no true / correct ending, because it's based on what you do. You know, like things that you do in Act 1, like 2 hours into the game, can affect what happens in hour 69. And like when you're in Act 3, you know, like.
So like,
I don't know.
Yeah. So this just has to be some like left field, their own thing.
Yeah.
It's almost as if like we're just going to capitalize off the fact that people love Baldur's Gate.
Pretty much. That's what it feels like. I will say I will like it if they cast the actors that voice acted in the game as the live action versions, because I think that Neil Newbon could definitely do Astarion really well in live action. Like, he looks the part. I think that Deborah Wild could definitely play Lae'zel. Love Lae'zel, if you didn't know.
Yeah. I know.
I think plenty of the actors that played their parts voice acting wise, I think could actually come and play this in live action really, really well. But I also doubt that they'll do that, and they'll probably just cast some big name actors that know nothing about the franchise, and we'll see what happens. It is from the HBO guy, from Craig Mazin, who did Last of Us, so there's at least some understanding that there's quality behind it. Weird that it's from Hasbro, the toy company.
Yeah, I wonder what their part is. Unless are they just?
I think they own Wizards of Coast. I think they own Wizards of the Coast. Okay. So like the D&D brand and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens later. We got to speed run this shit because we were running out of time for your invisible meeting.
I know. I'm getting emails, but luckily I muted my laptop, so can't hear them. Can't hear them. It didn't happen.
What is all of this?
Okay,
next up in the news. This news slide.
I'm gonna take this. This is the entire Nintendo partner direct that happened in every single announcement. So I'm gonna go through these really quick. Orbitals, the game we're looking forward to, set to come out this summer, 2026. How the fuck do I say that? Paranormasight, The Mermaid's Curse, comes off to Switch 1, the 19th of February. Captain Tsubusa 2 World Fighters comes to Switch 1, just says 2026. Tokyo Scramble, Switch 2, February 11th. So yesterday. Valheim comes to Switch 2 this year, 2026. Hollow Knight, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, free upgrade if you own Switch 1 version, is out now. Super Bomberman Collection, Switch 1 and 2 is out right now. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Switch 2 version comes June 3rd, 2026. I have to make this bigger.
Arcade Archives. Whoa.
Arcade Archives Rave Racer comes February 26th, 2026. Console Archives comes to Switch 2. First wave available today. This is by the company Hamster. They're starting off with Cool Borders. Wow, a PS1 game is coming to the Switch. Cool Borders and NES version of Ninja Gaiden 2. The Dark Sword Chaos.
Okay.
Next up, I should have made these bigger. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok.
What a name.
What a name. Switch 2, July 9th. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection comes to Switch 2, March 13th. Demo available right now. Kyoto Xanadu, Switch 1 and 2, summer 2026. Wait, bring this back down. Digimon Story Time Stranger comes to Switch 2, July 10th.
I gotta play that still.
Oh yeah, you did talk about that. Pragmata, fake ass Mega Man that they're saying is not Mega Man. Switch 2, April 24th. Turok Origins, Switch 2, fall 2026. eFootball Kickoff, Switch 2, summer 2026. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, Switch 2, June 18th. I'm highly anticipating that. Resident Evil Requiem, February 27th, 2026. Comes to Switch 2. Resident Evil Requiem and Resident Evil 7 and 8 in addition to Resident Evil Requiem, Resident Evil 7 and 8 are also coming to Switch 2 February 27th. With that comes a Resident Evil Requiem custom Pro controller. Also, Resident Evil Requiem Switch 2 amiibos.
That's
February
cool.
27th. So
I get the Leon one.
Yeah, they're doing a lot for Switch. I mean, for Resident Evil on Switch 2. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition comes to Switch 2 February 24th. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle comes to Switch 2 May 12th. And the one more thing was Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered comes to Switch 2. It just says 2026.
Okay.
That was the Nintendo Switch partner direct that happened last week.
Nothing super exciting, at least from our point of view, I'd say, but a lot of good stuff coming to the Switch too, though. It's cool to see.
What this told me was like, different from the Switch 1 launch, obviously, but now that Switch, as we just said, it sold it sold 155 million consoles it sold. Every company is all in on Switch 2. So I feel good for the people, like if you only have a Switch, if you only have access or only can afford a Switch, at least Switch is getting a lot of the big games that the other consoles and PC are getting.
Hell yeah.
So
That's really
Switch
cool.
people out there got a lot to look forward to.
Fuck yeah. Next up in Lou's second to last story, Max Payne 1 and 2 remake is now in full production via Remedy. And then the quote here over on the side that we got from Game News Planet. Let me make that a little bit bigger.
Game News Plus Net.
Game News Plus Net.
Yeah.
Remedy shared its Q4 and full year 2025 financial results, confirming a return to profitability in Q4 with strong revenue growth. The company highlighted increased income from game sales and royalties, driven mainly by Alan Wake 2 and continued Control sales. Control passed 5 million lifetime sales, while over 1 million copies were sold in 2025 alone. Remedy also confirmed Control Resident, formerly Control 2, is targeted a 2026 release, while Max Payne 1 and 2 remake remains in full production. The company expects further growth through 2026 despite higher marketing investments. And then
good for Remedy, man. They've been knocking it out the park.
Oh yeah, for sure. Looking forward to that. I've never really been a Max Payne person personally, but I remember clips of it back in the day, so I'd be down to try it out again and like play a full remake of it for sure.
I loved 1. I didn't like 2 as much, and people praise 3. I've never played 3, but it looks fun as hell. I might like get it on Steam and just play that shit.
Oh yeah. And then our final news story, the most exciting thing that I think just happened today. We got the teaser trailer for it. Take it away, yeah.
Spider-Noir series first details revealed. As Chris just said, we got the teaser trailer today. It came out in black and white and like a full, true color?
Yeah, I forgot in my opinion, you have to watch it in black and white. That's the only way. That's the correct way.
First information about Spider-Noir has surfaced. The series will consist of 8 episodes and will be available to watch in both True Hue, that's what it was, True Hue color and black and white. The story follows Spider-Man Noir as he investigates assassination attempts targeting crime boss. I gotta make this bigger.
Silvermane.
Different versions of well-known Spider-Man villains, including Sandman, are set to appear. A trailer and release date. Well, we got the trailer.
Today.
We got the trailer. But yeah, man, this looks so dope. I watched that trailer and I was like, even when they weren't just showing Spider-Man, like, this is the most Nicolas Cage shit outside of that Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, like, yeah, the one with Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this just because Nicolas Cage is in it. Spider-Man is already like a buy-in for me. That's off. Outside of that, the Nicolas Cage aspect in conjunction with that.
Yeah. I'm really glad that they casted him in Into the Spider-Verse in that role, because I think it was perfect for him. And then the fact that we get a live action version, and I don't believe it's connected to the movie. There is nothing confirming or denying that at the moment, so we don't know per se. This is Ben Reilly, not the I think in the movie it was like Pete Parker or whatever the fuck he called himself. So this is not the same name for the Spider-Man Noir that we know from that movie. So that kind of makes it seem like it's not going to be connected to the movie's timeline and stuff like that. But this looks amazing, both in the color and in the black and white. Objectively, for me, I think black and white has to be the way that you watch this. I'll go back and watch it both ways personally, but the first way I'm watching it is in black and white.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't even watch the color. I gotta watch the color one, but I only watched the black. It does.
Like it looks genuinely good. The acting looks fun.
Color one, you mean?
Both, yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, just in general.
Same thing, but color. And it just looks like a really fun time. I'm excited for this, and I really genuinely cannot wait to see this in its entirety and what comes from it more so, because it's like I don't know, I feel like this is the first like non-Disney Marvel show besides like the Daredevils on Netflix and shit like that, right? And I guess there's also like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, but like that's like a part of Disney. Like this is coming out on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Which is,
how does that work with
very
the rights
interesting
and everything?
Yeah, like it's very strange how that's where this is coming out from, but I don't care. I'll be there to watch it. I'm excited for it. But that is our news. Thank you guys for watching. Ant's got to get back to get ready for the live stream that will be happening or already did happen. So make sure you go check out the VOD for that on our YouTube and our Twitch. If you're already here on YouTube, it's on the live section. If you go to our Twitch and you don't know how to get there, you can go to there by going to savebeforequitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titty Gang. Join the Titty Gang by go to savebeforequitting fullyspelledout.com to pick up some merchandise. Ant's got a hat right there. We got a bunch of t-shirts. We got a bunch of everything for you to check out. A lot of merch designs, a lot of different options. Maybe some more coming soon. I might dabble in making some new stuff soon. On top of that, we do have a Patreon. If you liked what you saw here, you want to support us a little bit further, you can go over there and throw us a little bit of moolah. That moolah gets you some extra podcast episodes a month. There's a bunch of episodes. There's a backlog. And then also you get to look at these news slides that Ant puts together for us every single week. On top of that, you also, while people are still using it, can go down in the description and join our Discord. It's really fun for what it is. We have a lot of different channels for things like fitness, weekly pickups, the news that you see here, which is where we talk about it first. The general
our
channels,
live streams go up there. Our
live streams, and then also even if you want to self-promote, like our one mod Frankie's been doing, he's been going live as a late too. You can do that as well. So make sure you go down there. The only rule is don't be an asshole, and it's really simple one to do. So go join our Discord. Do DBA.
DBA.
And before you be an asshole and not join the Discord because you know you're gonna,
right?
Make sure you always save
before quitting.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace, y'all.
See ya. Did you like that video?
We know you did.
If so, you can check out this video right here. Or that one right there, which YouTube suggested just for your nerdy gamer person. So like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you always
save before quitting.